Today I'm answering questions from my lovely viewers. We are talking everything from chocolate and acne to foods to increase skin firmness to the best prebiotics for skin. So let's dive in. The first question comes from Charlotte, and she wants to know strategies or solutions to mitigate perioral dermatitis, both with skincare and with diet. Perioral dermatitis is a condition that's becoming increasingly common, particularly in women, and I think it has something to do with the increased interest in and possible overuse of skincare because it can damage that all-important skin barrier. So on the outside, you want to pair your skincare back to the gentle essentials. We're talking a pH-balanced non-foaming cleanser, a moisturizer with ceramides and cholesterol and fatty acids, which help to build up that skin barrier, and then also a mineral sunscreen. That's it. Take all the actives out of your routine just to give your skin a chance to recalibrate. On the inside, you want to support microbial balance and calm inflammation. So you want to eat fiber-rich foods, things like your fruits, your vegetables, beans, legumes, whole grains, because these feed the good bacteria in your gut, which then talk to the good bacteria on your face. You also want to eat probiotic foods, things like kimchi and kefir and sauerkraut, because again, they also support microbial balance. You want to get lots of colour from polyphenols in plant foods, because these are nature's anti-inflammatories. And you also want to eat oily fish for omega-3s, which dial down that inflammation at a cellular level. Some people will need further investigation, but this is a really strong baseline for encouraging skin calming and clearing. So, soothing dermatitis means gentle, stripped back skincare and anti-inflammatory balance on the inside. You're going to see these themes crop up a lot today. The next question is from Catherine, who says, I know I can never eat chocolate without my androgenic acne flaring. What's the latest thinking on this? So first, I want to know what type of chocolate we're talking about. Now, milk chocolate has the sugar and the milk powder that spike insulin, and insulin is like the petrol for the acne fire. Dark chocolate is a little bit more nuanced. Lots of studies show that dark chocolate can actually be really good for your skin, but we do also have a small scale study showing that dark chocolate caused an acne flare in acne prone men. Mechanistically, we don't really know why, and because this was such a small study, its findings would need to be corroborated in much more people and much more diverse populations. Now, you could have a personal food sensitivity to chocolate. My mum actually had this. The best way to know is to cut it out entirely for 2 to 3 weeks and then reintroduce it and monitor your skin. So, milk chocolate is very likely to contribute to acne. Dark chocolate less so, but there is individual variability. The next question is, what is the best probiotic supplement, maybe 2 to 3 brands for healthy skin? Now, I cover this in quite a lot of detail in other videos, which I'll link below for you, but the current research suggests that a blend of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains are good for general healthy skin. Now, some examples of this are Bio-Kult and also Optibac, which are pretty readily available. Now, in clinic, I often find myself turning to activated probiotics and their specific acne targeting blend. Now, I don't often mention this on this channel because you have to get it through a qualified practitioner, so it's less readily available, but it is still worth knowing about. And don't forget fermented foods. Again, things like sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, kombucha. These are all live sources of skin supporting bacteria, and I have seen some pretty impressive results from just introducing kefir alone. So whether in food or in supplement form, think of probiotics as little allies for your gut and in turn your skin. Before we get to the next question, let me just say, if you're finding this helpful, you would love my 28-day skin glow reset. This is like an instruction manual for your skin. It's simple, evidence-based steps you can follow day by day to achieve healthy, radiant skin from the inside out. If you're interested, I will link it below for you so you can check it out. Question 4, blackheads on the nose. James is asking for 2 to 3 products that I would personally recommend for blackheads. There are 2 essentials really. The first one is salicylic acid. Now, this is an oil soluble exfoliant, so it gets into those pores and clears out the oil. You want to look for a formulation that contains 1 to 2% salicylic acid, something like Paula's Choice BHA or even the ordinary salicylic acid 2% solution. The second product is a non-comedogenic moisturizer. A budget option could be Geek and Gorgeous's Happier Barrier. A slightly more mid-range option is Dr. Sam's Flawless Moisturizer, or for a more luxury option, you could have Medicate's Total Daily Moisture Cream. Now, adding moisturizer to blocked pores feels counterintuitive, but hydration is vital because the enzymes that keep your pores clear don't function in a dry environment, so you have to keep your skin hydrated. So yeah, salicylic acid, and a good non-comedogenic moisturizer. Question 5 is high protein breakfast. 2 or 3 ideas for breakfast that will keep you full until lunch. Let me just say, I love that you're asking this question because it is so important. The trick is protein plus fiber. These regulate your blood sugar, keep you fuller for longer, and support healthy, calm, glowing skin. So this could look like an omelette with some lean ham or chicken sausage plus a tomato salad. It could be some Greek yogurt if you and your skin tolerate dairy, with a handful of berries and a sprinkling of nuts. Or it could be a chia pudding made with nut milk and a drizzle of nut butter and some chopped fruit. Or my personal favourite at the moment is sardines mashed onto gluten-free toast with a side salad. Just don't be afraid to eat a good, hearty, savoury breakfast. Your skin will thank you. Question 6 is foods for dry skin. Now again, I have a whole video on this which I will link below for you, but here's the short version. Number 1, you want to eat healthy fats, things like those nuts and seeds and oily fish, because these strengthen that skin barrier, locking water in. You also want to eat protein and fiber to support plump, hydrated skin. And if you're eating the breakfast we just talked about, you'll be well on your way to doing that. Question 7 is gut health and skin. Are skin problems linked to gut health? Yes, they unequivocally are. Not everyone with gut issues has a skin problem, but I am yet to see someone with a skin problem that doesn't have something going on in their gut. That is my clinical experience, and research strongly backs that up at this point too. But why? There are 3 main reasons. Number 1, your skin is literally made from the food that you eat, so you have to be digesting your food properly. Number 2, your gut is the seat of your immune system, and if you have any inflammation going on in there, some of us are just genetically predisposed to that inflammation showing up on our skin. And number 3, we have the gut microbiome. These gut bugs influence the bugs that live on your skin, which in turn affects how your skin looks and feels. Now this sounds really complicated, but the solutions are actually really simple. Just eat nutrient-rich whole foods as much as you can and give yourself time to enjoy them properly so you digest it effectively. Honestly, do that and you're 50% of the way there. Question 8 is on cooked versus raw foods in terms of benefits with carotenoids, etc. So any form of cooking will reduce some nutrients, but then cooking also makes your food more digestible, so you're taking with one hand but giving with another. The best answer here is to eat as wide a variety of colourful fruits and vegetables as you can, and eat some of them raw and some of them cooked. When it comes to carotenoids specifically, they're actually best absorbed when eaten with a little fat, so don't be afraid of adding a little butter to your sweet potato, for example. Question 9 is which foods can help with skin firmness if you're not taking a collagen supplement, for example. So we do actually have some data showing that specific foods or compounds can help with skin firmness. These include soy isoflavones, which you can find in tofu and tempeh, green tea catechins, which you'll find in green tea, avocados. 1 whole avocado a day has been shown to increase skin firmness in women, cocoa flavonols too from dark chocolate, and also black currants and other dark berries. Now these foods often work by blocking the enzymes that break down collagen. Start with the whole food and then maybe consider soy isoflavones or green tea catechins in supplement form to amp up the effect, making sure obviously that you check in with your doctor before you start any new supplements. Question 10 is any advice on hair thinning as seen in aging or in androgenic hair loss. This isn't my main area, but I do see it a bit because it can often present with things like acne. Here's where I start. Number 1 is I would get your thyroid status checked. Number 2, I would check your iron status. And number 3, I would ensure good protein intake, at least a palm-sized portion at every meal, because your body literally needs protein for your hair to grow. Now beyond that, I would be thinking about things like other micronutrient insufficiencies, gut function, absorption, hormone balance, and other possible causes of underlying inflammation. The good thing is that eating for great skin also benefits your hair and your general health, and I have a video breaking down exactly how to eat for great skin, which I will pop there. And as always, make sure you see your doctor for medical advice. Question 11 is, what are your thoughts on seamoss gel? I've been taking it for the past week in the hope that I see a complexion that glows. Honestly, it's not something I use in practice, and I think the evidence for it is quite limited at this point. For glow and even tone, I would first eat loads of colourful fruits and vegetables. Here's that theme again, because these are literally proven to give people a natural glow no matter their skin tone, and people find that natural glow more attractive than a suntan. And number 2, I would consider supplemental antioxidants like astaxanthin, which can also give you a bit of colour depending on your skin tone, but again with your doctor's approval. And question 12, which prebiotics would you recommend for skin? Because there are so many. You're right, there are a lot, and your best one will actually depend on the composition of your particular gut microbiome, because different prebiotics feed different types of bacteria. As a baseline, just aim to eat 30 different plant foods every week. Herbs and spices also count, so it's actually way easier than you might think to hit that target. Once you've got that baseline covered, supplement wise, I often turn to GOS or galactooligosaccharides, which has some good data to show that it has a skin hydrating, skin smoothing effect, probably because it's feeding those all important bifidobacteria. The Bio brand contains GOS and is pretty widely available. Right, we will leave it there today. Thank you so much for your brilliant questions. If you found this helpful, please like it and please share it with someone who would find it interesting too. And let me know in the comments if you'd like more Ask Me Anything style videos. Have a look around my channel for deep dives into some of these topics, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you next time.